Banana na 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 na. 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 Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the post-match live Nigeria versus Canada in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. An intense goalless draw. You know, as far as 0-0 matches go, that was one good 0-0 match. You know, fantastic penalty save by our goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie. I mean, it was really interesting to watch. Nevertheless, we held our own against a good team. Against a good team. I'll just run through the team very quickly, share some of my thoughts, and then you guys can come on and react to the game as well. I'll start with Chiamaka Nnadozie in goal. Fantastic player of the match. Made some good saves. Saved the penalty for sure. That was a fantastic save. You know, my heart was already almost in my mouth when they gave that penalty, because it was at the start of the second half. I'm like, we're playing a good game. Why would we just start the second half and concede? So I was very happy when she saved that one. Some of the times that she came to punch the ball, you know, the connection wasn't so strong. But I think towards the end, in the, you know, one of the last minutes of the game, where she really needed to come out and punch the ball, she punched it and she was very commanding. You know, she showed her presence in the box. Michelle Alozie made some errors, made some bad tackles, was a bit indecisive when she had the ball. You know, sometimes she was losing the ball because of indecisiveness. But I think she still had a decent game today. Osinachi Ohale, never in doubt in my own mind. I know what I'm going to get from Osinachi Ohale, and she gave it again today. A solid defensive performance. Tosin Dimei, kudos to her. When we looked like we were about to concede a cheap goal, Dimei was there to tackle, and to tackle very, very well. For a young player, I think she has improved her performances over the last few games that she played against top opposition. Fantastic game from the centre backs. Ashley Plumter, good game from her as well. She was winning her tackle, she was stopping her player. She had a good game at that left back position. Of course, Ashley playing left back, we already know that she's not going to provide much attacking, you know, attacking intensity or attacking skill or anything like that. But she tried to even go forward a few times, tried to play some good 1-2s down the left. And Ashley Plumter, I believe, had a good game as well. In the midfield, Ucheibe and Abiodun. Abiodun, good. Very, very unfortunate to get that red card. I mean, it was a red card challenge. That was a leg breaker. It was a bad tackle. You know, she deserved the red card, but she was fantastic in the game. She made a few errors here and there, which, you know, you can just tell that she's still a young player, but she was composed for the most part. You know, she wasn't forcing anything. She wasn't rushing anything. When she got the ball, she picked her head up. She looked for the best pass to play, and she was having a very, very fine game in that midfield. Christy Ucheibe, another player that I know what I'm going to get, and I always get it from her. Solid, aggressive, tackling, winning the ball back, intercepting. Christy Ucheibe and Abiodun were fine, fantastic players in that midfield. I was very impressed with their performance against the Canadian midfield. That is not a cheap one. You know, it's not an easy game. I think our two midfielders there had a fine game. Francisca Odega, not her best game today. She wasn't so influential in attack. She did try to track back a lot, you know, and in the first half she was tracking back quite well. But unfortunately she considered that penalty. You know, I would say Odega shouldn't be making that kind of mistake. When you are going in for a tackle in the box, you know it, you have to be very, very careful. It could have easily cost us. Thank God it didn't, you know. I mean, but still, you know, she should know better than that. But yeah, she didn't have a poor game. She just did not play at the same level as the other players that we saw on the field today. Tony Payne in the first half, I think she was okay. In the second half, she did a little bit better. You know, she didn't have that creative flair today. She wasn't really finding that final pass, but her presence was definitely felt in the midfield. She was helping us hold on to the ball whenever we got possession. She was helping us drive forward with the ball. Tony Payne, I would say she did well today as well. Ifeoma Onumonu, much better in the first half than in the second half. Overall, a good performance. She had her best chance, probably of the game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that shot that she took in the first half really tested the Canadian goalkeeper Sheridan, showed them that we're not just here to watch them play, that we can actually create something of our own. It was a good chance. My only slight knock was that a few times I felt like she could have just tried on her left foot and tried to whip in a cross, because if the defense knows that you're always going to try to cut in and shoot or cut in and then cross, you become a little bit predictable. And she was a bit one-dimensional in her attacks there. I know she's not a left footer. I know she's not necessarily a winger, but I feel like she could have tried just to mix it up a little bit and potentially catch the defender off guard. I mean, it's not easy to play against Ashley Lawrence. So I think she did a good job overall. Asisat Oshuala, not in the game for the most part. She was very isolated in that first half. We have to be a bit honest, she was isolated, and then she was trying to run around the field to help the team in defense, to try to find action on the play. The one slight chance that she had when there was miscommunication between the Canadian defender and goalkeeper, she didn't maybe look up enough to see that she could have found Odega making a run into the box, so she just played it and it was an easy clearance for the Canadians. But still, Asisat is Asisat. I think she had a fairly decent game. Not her best game by any chance. 2 shots off target, but still, she made her presence felt a little bit. And then we can always say that maybe the Canadians were fully focused on her in that game, giving the opportunity for other of our players to actually show themselves today. Overall, I give the starting 11 a solid, 8 out of 10 for their performance. I think they knew the job that they needed to do today, and they did it well. Let's go to the subs very quickly. Randy Wardrum waited. He took his time to make his subs, but in the end, I think he did make the right substitutions. I was on my watch along on YouTube calling it, saying Uchenna Kanu for Odega, and he brought on Uchenna Kanu for Odega. Once Kanu came on, she made her impact felt. She won a nice free kick. Uchenna Kanu is the kind of player that she can always cause problems for a defense that is slightly tired, whether mentally or physically. She was the one that won the foul that got Ashley Lawrence the yellow card. Ashley Lawrence is the top defender. So if you are causing problems for Ashley Lawrence, you know that you are doing a good job. Uchenna Kanu made her presence felt. She definitely showed herself in the game that she played today. I have a feeling that she might just start the next game against Australia ahead of maybe somebody else. I don't know, but Rashida to be back, so we have to see. But yeah, Uchenna Kanu made a good game. Esther Okoronkwo, she came on in the 85th minute. She didn't really have too much, of the ball. She didn't really have too many chances to show herself. She only had 7 touches of the ball in the entire game. She completed her 1 dribble, but I can't knock her for that. She didn't really get to show herself. And Onye Chegini came on in stoppage time, in the 91st minute, replacing Super Asisat. Overall, a good game from the ladies. Randy Wardrum, I'm giving him an applause. Randy Wardrum, I'm giving our coach an applause. We criticize this coach a lot. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people have insulted him. But I think today he had a fine performance as a manager. He sent his team out to do a job. He gave them instructions, and they got the job done. Before the tournament, he said it himself that he knows that we have to get a positive result against Canada because it's crucial. It's our first game. It's the World Cup. 3 matches. If you lose your first game, it piles on so much pressure on you for the remaining 2 matches. He sent them out with a plan, and they delivered it very, very well. Again, very unfortunate that we got that red card. Abiodun had a fine game. Unfortunately, she just made that one mistake in the end, that one bad tackle, and it cost her probably the next 1 or 2 matches in the tournament. Very, very sad. But still, I was impressed by the Super Falcons. And if they can keep up this intensity, keep up this level of performance, and then add Ainde in midfield and Rashidat, in the attack, I think we can actually do well. We can actually do well. I'm happy that the girls showed themselves today. A lot of people did not believe in this team, but I'm happy that the girls showed themselves today. They have quality. They can compete with strong teams. And Randy Wardrum, I have to give you kudos, man. I was not expecting this from you today. I have to give Randy Wardrum his kudos. I think he did a good job as the coach. He was not outcoached by Bev Priestman. fine job. We have 6 days to rest before we play against Australia. Australia are missing their best player in Sam Kerr. And yeah, we have to go there and put in this kind of performance again against Australia, and hopefully we can get an even better result. There. I think those are my thoughts in summary. Let me bring you guys on to hear what you have to say. I have a lot of requests already. Let me know what you thought of the performance, who your player of the match was, and yeah, your general thoughts. Each person, please try not to take too long so that we can go through as many as possible, and then we can wrap up. North America is really late. For those of you in Nigeria and Europe, it's really early. Some of you didn't get to sleep. But yes, fine performance by the Super Falcons. Hello.
Hey, Alpha.
I'm good. How are you doing?
That was a nice game. I was supporting both teams, so 0-0 is good for me.
Well, yeah, how can you be supporting both teams? Because you live in Canada.
Osman, how are you?
Yeah, I'm also Canadian, so I'm supporting both teams. But my heart was in Nigeria, to be honest. Because I wanted they need to show these Canadians that we're not a walkover. Because you know when they came to BC, the way they beat us, I think was annoying because I didn't think we played. We went there like we're toying. We didn't play like we're coming for a friendly, right? So, but now we showed them what we are made of, right? Yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Very tactical. Our coach was, I was impressed with the tacticality of the performance. He knew what the other team could do. He knew they had a lot of danger coming from the wings. So he made sure they couldn't bring in all those crosses often, which was their strength. Because Lawrence and what's the other girl that plays in Man U? I've forgotten her name. Look, I know it's a French name like that. Those two girls are very good at crossing. And they come from the left and right back. They're very good at crossing. Those crosses didn't come in easy. If you really watch the game. Yeah, thank you, Riviere. Those two girls are very good in crossing the balls. But yeah, I think I'm happy because it's yeah. But
so who was your Falcon of the match, Nifa?
It can't be anybody else than the goalkeeper now. That's save. Hey, it's easy to catch penalty.
Yeah, she tried.
But she did a good job. All the corner kicks, you were not really scared because that's something we're always scared about, corner kicks in Nigeria, right?
But they were the ones scared of our home corner kicks because our home corner kicks was somehow we only just missed one very slight one because he hit our player back.
You know, and to that point about the corner kicks, this is something that I usually knock on the Super Eagles a lot about. It always looks as if they don't practice corner kicks. But you could tell that our players they actually had a plan from their set pieces. They were crowding the Canadian goalkeeper to not allow her to be able to come out to command her ball. And they were playing those balls deep. You know, unfortunately, we didn't score from the corner kicks, but it was obvious that they had practiced and they had a plan.
They had worked on it.
On those set pieces. You know, I was honestly impressed by the team. Even Thick with JB taking corner kick. I don't know if I used to take corner kick.
I was surprised when they were calling out to cross. I was like, what are these people doing? She can cross.
Me, fam, please, can you just wrap up and go so that I can bring people on?
Okay.
A lot of requests.
Sure. So, well, I'm proud of them. They in spite of the way we don't motivate these ladies, no support, nothing. We're talking of them not coming to this tournament, and you played against a team that is completely, properly supported, and they played a draw. What more do you want from these ladies? Did you see our goalkeeper's leg? The injury was deep. She was still keeping. These people are so motivated to do well for Nigeria. I just hope we can respect our heroes in Nigeria and it's sad, Sha. But it's well. Let's celebrate the draw because people don't understand. They think it's a loss that we drew. No, Canada is a good team. They won the Olympics, so
the Olympic champion. Yeah.
Right.
So they are not a walkover.
And this is the thing.
Thank you very much.
That's the thing that I want
If
to
I'm
do.
me, I have to let
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
No,
Thank you
I
very much.
appreciate. Thanks for having me.
Babs Bami, go ahead.
See, for me, I have so many things, but I won't take long, and I will just shut it and move away. See, if Abiodun can get red card for that ball, there are some Canadian defenders who deserve red card too. For me, I don't see any other person. That mark against Assisat was a red card too. The second thing for me, Francis, Odega, that penalty she did, she has done something similar in the first half. But the referee, maybe she was just not looking at it. So she should caution herself the way she marks. That is number 2 for me. The last thing I want to say, Abiodun, right now she has gotten red card. She is a good player, no doubt about it. Now, I think Aide is going to come in the second second match.
Yeah.
This lady playing our midfield, I've forgotten her name. Who? I need someone that can play from behind her. That girl can hold that ball in the midfield. She has that footwork. We need it. We can with this match. If we had that midfield combined very well with Onumeru, not as is that goal will come. Because at this that today, I will give her 4/10. That is my own thing. The best player, I could have chosen Abiodun, but I will give it to the goalkeeper because she gave us the draw. That's my thing.
Somebody
So
said
let another person come.
Somebody said Rashida Ajibade and Oshola are very poor. Ajibade did not even play. You said she's very poor. Did you watch the match?
I will give her 4. I will give her 4. I will give her 4 today.
All right.
I said I will give her 4 today.
All right.
Because she was playing. The only thing I will say today, she was marking, coming to the back to disturb player, not marking. She was disturbing, not marking. But all good to the Falcon. They've given us the 1 point. Let them go out for the 2 matches and get 1 win and 1 draw again, and they are qualified for the second round. So that's all for my own.
All right,
so,
thank you very much, Babs Bami. Please remove yourself because as I remove me from now, I cannot add anybody. So please remove yourself.
Okay, I will do that.
So that this thing doesn't
Enjoy your night, brother. Enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Enjoy your night.
All right, over to you, Odos.
Thank you, bro. I think we did well. And Nadozie, that girl na better baller. If you are talking people that can play for Arsenal, Barca, all those top teams, that girl na number 1. So she did well. The only problem I have with the match is what's her name? Alozie. That girl, her decision making is somehow. She'll tackle well. You get. She go tackle the ball well, collect ball, but the last decision making, she not get her. So, but she tried. She did her best. All these people they complain about Oshoala. The thing is, they didn't give her ball. You get ball not there to run after. You don't complain about person who be saying not see ball. I be number 1 critic of Oshoala. If you see my comment all the time, I always they complain about the game. But today, she did her best. Here you get. So nobody feel complain say person they will not play today. I be better boy if make me they speak PG. So this one in Nigeria, no, not they speak English all the time. So the other thing is Abiodun. That girl na number 1 county. Nigeria county. That girl played well. Played very well. It's just unfortunate. That happened a leg breaker as we talk. It's just unfortunate. The thing happened like that. And all these people when they don't say Canada deserve red card. That tackle against Oshoala, it looks dangerous, but it glides. Not be direct tackle like that way be say it's the leg. That tackle na yellow card, but not be red card offense. So we did well. The only thing is that our next match, may the performance not come down. So you get. May if he did normal performance, at least if he get draw against Australia, that last match, we will go all out. Now die, more do so it was a good match. Now those women of the match that will not be doubt. So we did well. I kudos to them.
All right.
They made my night. So ma go prepare for work. Ma they go.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I have to go off and come on because Instagram is not letting me bring anybody else on. But I will be right back. Just 1 minute, guys. I'll be right back.